What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 34 of the Offshore Gamescast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dylan. And we got not one, but two giveaways going on right now.
Two.
Go to our Twitter, Offshore GC. One is for Horizon Forbidden West. That's the easiest one to enter right now because it's our pinned tweet.
It's so much easier to enter than the other
It is.
one.
You don't have to scroll to find the other one. That you can enter up until the 15th. Winner will be contacted and announced on the 16th, a couple days before the game comes out. Then we also have Elden Ring.
Everyone's talking about it.
Everyone is talking about Elden Ring. Who isn't?
Me.
You talk about Elden Ring.
I talk about it because I have a platform and I have to talk about it.
I think you still talk about it. It's usually not in like a you're excited type of way. It's more of like
I'll reference
it's fucking Elden Ring.
I'll reference the fact that it exists and like it's a physical item.
Same deal. Go to our Twitter, Offshore GC. You'll have to scroll a little bit for this one. But it's the Elden Ring giveaway. You can enter up until the 22nd. Winner contacted and announced the 23rd. Also a couple days before the game comes out. Go do that. It's pretty easy to enter.
Once that Horizon thing's done, Elden Ring's going to be pinned, and there's even less work you got to do.
Exactly. Even better news. If you entered our Pokemon giveaway, or if you entered one of these giveaways already, go ahead and put a quick response in these other giveaways, and you're just in. You don't have to do it. It's that easy.
We're just picking it up. We're keeping the train rolling. We love everything we got from the reviews and all the ratings, and let's just fucking keep it going. 2022 is the year for everybody.
Everyone.
Honestly, it's the year for Offshore. It's the year for everybody. This, in my opinion, looks to be the best year in gaming of my life.
It definitely has the potential.
And things are getting delayed, and I don't even fucking care.
Well, yeah, because it's not like, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
Before we talk about Pokemon, I have a couple quick things that Dave is very excited for me to talk about. I started The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Not going to go deep into it. Dave already did that a few episodes ago.
Did you shoot the guys?
So I don't think I would have, but I knew about it.
Yeah.
Did you get I don't remember you telling me about this. A thing appears in the corner that says tutorial guy will remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if that actually comes back to like...
I don't know. I haven't played it since, but I took out, 3 of them?
Yeah, I did. I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's maybe other than Beat Saber, but that's kind of it's a very different thing.
Very.
In terms of just like playing as a person in a VR game, this is probably my favorite experience so far.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. I do like the you swing and you get like a knife in a zombie's head, and then you have to like give it an extra push, and then you have to really kind of like wiggle it out. Like it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. I'm also realizing I can only do so much VR at once.
Oh yeah.
Like I went through one kind of mission one day, if you will, where I went out on an excursion, did the thing you talked about, the husband, ring, microphone.
House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then went back and like battery was fine on the Quest. Like I had time, but I was just like, I'm kind of like tired now. Like
especially that Walking Dead game. They want you to do like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like being in VR, it's not even just like the physical element, which obviously there is more because you're actually up and doing things. Oh, it's like mentally tiring.
It is. I will say physically though, I got real lazy. Like I said, I started crouching, like in game, like hit the crouch button, and then I would just pick stuff up off the ground and then uncrouch. Like I wouldn't like physically crouch my body.
Oh, you don't have to crouch.
But it's just so much faster. Just bam, bam, bam.
Because you can just from like it's weird. You have to be kind of a little further away from it.
Yeah.
But you can do the thing where you're standing, you just kind of point at it with your hand.
It's so satisfying though to just take it and like put it over your shoulder and like in your backpack.
Like all that stuff feels good. Everything's in like the perfect placement.
Mm-hmm.
Like the when you're like putting a weapon away in your side holster pocket thing.
Yeah.
It's just like it's natural.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very natural. I also played a little more Power Wash Simulator.
Ooh.
And by a little more, I mean like I went from under 10 hours to now I think over 20.
Wow.
Yeah. Pokemon is under shared custody in my household. So I had to do something else while Pokemon was being played by not me. So it was a lot of Power Wash Simulator, and it's still just...
I'm very surprised. Like we were talking earlier, that Lost Judgment's just sitting there, bud.
So where my girlfriend is playing Pokemon on the TV that's hooked up to the PS5.
Okie dokie.
If she wasn't, I would be playing Lost Judgment.
I understand.
Yeah, and I have played more Lost Judgment, just not talked about it. I have a girlfriend in Lost Judgment.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Girlfriend, skateboard, dog.
I do have serious. A skateboard. I do have a dog now. Like, it's all there.
It's getting real serious.
I upgraded my power washer. I can use the green nozzle now. Pretty reliably.
I don't remember what angle power or whatever. Because remember last time we did this, I looked up the exact...
Yeah, it's red is like the super power, like it's like a laser.
Yeah.
Then it's yellow, then it's green, then it's white. I was using yellow for a long time, but now I can, like, being all upgraded, I can reliably use green.
Nice.
Yeah. There's not much else to say about those games. You want to talk about, like, the big game now?
Yeah. I'm ready. Because, unlike you...
More Power Simulator.
I didn't play anything else.
Yeah, to be fair, if I had more free time and if it wasn't under shared custody, I wouldn't have played these other games. Well, I would have played The Walking Dead because I played that before Pokemon came out this week.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it would have just been Pokemon.
I've been very fortunate with my work schedule, with having 3 days off in the past 5.
Yeah, I had the opposite.
Yeah.
I worked an extra day, and then the day I had off, too much of that time was spent shoveling snow.
Yeah. I fucking... This Pokemon game is it. It's great. It is what we've been waiting for. It's what we needed. It's not exactly what we've been waiting for. It's not exactly what we needed.
Perfect.
But God, it fits the mold so well for now.
Yeah, so this is I'm calling this Pokemon's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
As in, like, it is the next step for the series, just as Breath of the Wild was for Zelda.
Yeah.
And also literal 1-to-1, like,
yeah,
it's clear what happened here.
I mean, I'm hoping that, like, they continue this as, like, a Legends series, although I don't know who else after this they would go after.
So I don't know that Pokemon shit like you do.
I mean, I know some about Gen 4, but even in general, like, I don't do it. Like, how far back do we know? Because this is like,
this is pretty early.
This is like the earliest that we know of them.
This is like,
we are creating the first Pokedex.
Yeah, this is like Pokeballs were just invented.
Yeah, to which Pokemon have apparently always had the ability to just shrink themselves to fit in the balls. And, like, when the fuck were they going to tell us that after, like, almost 30 years?
Now, in, like, one throwaway line early in the game.
And it's like, excuse me?
And then it's just, that's it. That's...
Okay. They've always had this Sure.
I firmly believe that, and we're going to get into the details, don't worry. This, like... There needs to be Pokemon Legends, whether it's like its own like series. Yeah. This needs to be Pokemon moving forward.
It's like I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Pokemon, because they have all their other side shit which they haven't touched in a hot minute. Like, they've remastered the Rescue Team. Mm-hmm. Cool. How about just give us a new one, because those are fun. I don't know how you would implement it, but give me a new fucking Ranger. But you have the core series, then you have the remakes, then you have the Let's Go, which is that its own re-remake? We haven't gotten the sequel yet, so we can't tell if it's a continuation. Now there's Pokemon Legends, which, sure, this is great. I would love more. And then you have just the straight up mainline series, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in the next year or two we get Gen 9 reveal.
Yeah, so totally. I don't think this is the end of traditional Pokemon.
No.
But Pokemon Legends, like, it needs to continue. I don't know if I could go back to old Pokemon after this.
I can. It'll definitely be different. It's for me personally, it's super, super fucking frustrating knowing that they just handed off the remakes to a different studio and then worked on this at the same time. Because, one, they're in the same region. 2, I get what they were going with, but it's not what we wanted with these Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. And knowing what they were doing with Legends now, the things that you can do, And even just like some of the things you can do in Sword and Shield, like, I feel so gypped. I feel so conned right now. And I'm like, I don't want to wait another 15 fucking years for my true Gen 4 remake, even though like this is the best I got right now.
Well, the good news is this is a pretty good that.
I can't put it down. It's the only thing I've played.
So, for those of you that are living under a rock, this is...
Rock Smash!
This is 3D... This is like the Pokemon we've been wanting forever.
It's the Wild Zone of Sword and Shield, the game.
But better.
Yeah.
Because Sword and Shield, you weren't like just like throwing Pokeballs.
No, you could see them, but you still had to walk up and start like the turn-based battles.
This is so... It takes like...
It's just freedom. Just freedom.
It is complete
That's the game.
freedom, and the whole game is built around that freedom. As in like... Okay, traditional Pokemon. You get into a battle, a lot of times random. Mm-hmm. It has to go through a whole thing where it starts the battle. Mm-hmm. If you want to just run away, sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can't.
Yeah.
Then you're forced to do the battle, and that's a whole transition out. There's none of that.
No.
Everything is so smooth that like if you want to run away from a battle that starts, you just call your Pokemon back and keep running.
Yeah.
When you throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon, like let's say you're hiding in bushes and you throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon, you stealth catch them, and like you're gonna get it, you can then just start running away, and move on to the next thing.
Oh,
and then it just like pops up that you caught the Pokemon like in the corner, and all the experience comes up in the UI, and it's so smart. It's all of it.
It's formulated so well to give you all the information you need and not just have it sit there because it's like, all right, I know, and then it goes away. It's like, oh yeah, sure.
Yes, and like it tells you like if Pokemon don't touch evolve. It tells you in the side on, so like whenever you do anything, you get experience for it.
Yeah.
And it appears on the left, and it'll just tell you like can evolve, and then you just have the choice,
and that's the freedom
at any time.
And I haven't.
Yeah, you haven't.
We'll get into that.
You can just when a Pokemon can learn a move, it's like you could just change that on the fly.
And it's like, and you get to keep the other moves.
Right. You still have 4 moves, and those are like that's what you can have at one time.
But like these Pokemon aren't fucking stupid. Like they know how to remember their moves.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, I don't feel like using that one. Oh, but I could use it now. Like just switch them out. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah. So
and
like,
the moves level up themselves.
Yes, you can master a move, and then like they kind of evolve into different styles. But like just the idea of a Pokemon game where this Pokemon has learned like 10 moves over this span.
Yeah.
And you're not locked down and it's not like a decision anymore. Because at any point you just go into a menu and change it.
It's like, I've never cared about Pokemon like I have with this game. Like, playing the other games, like, I've never given, like, a fuck about my team and whatnot. Like, there's always been the specific Pokemon, but it's like, I'm running around, I am having my adventure, these are the Pokemon that are with me, and, like, we're all just experiencing shit together. It feels so much more immersive in that way that is making me give a shit about my team, and I was like, oh, like, I don't want to take this one off my team. We've been together for like so long, and like I have 3 that are like my mainstays, and I have 3 that are like, all right, I just have shit to complete. Like, oh, I gotta level this one up, I gotta do something for that. But there's these 3, they haven't left in a while.
That's kind of what I've been doing too. I did what I do with any Pokemon game I play, which you saw me doing. Is like, I'm just gonna go. I want this game to be easy. I'm gonna look up what is like a good team to have, and I haven't stuck with that whatsoever.
Yeah,
I've totally been like, all right, I have a few Pokemon that like. Yeah, these are my guys.
Yeah.
And then there's a few where I'm just kind of rotating out as needed or as I want.
Up until the point where it's like, all right, now I can just have my team and just go around.
Another thing that this game does is take, like, in mainline Pokemon games that we've known, fucking random battles they get so annoying.
They do.
You don't want them. This is, like, the exact opposite.
Choice.
When you're running through, like, a field... and you can spot a Pokemon that you haven't seen yet or you haven't caught, it just brings so much excitement.
It does. Like I said, I don't give a fuck before, but now it's like you are creating the first Pokedex. You can't just look up information. Granted, we all have cell phones and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like you come across a new Pokemon, it's literally like, oh shit, and like you got to start like, all right, I I gotta be careful. Like, I want this thing.
Yeah, oh, yes, there's like actual stakes.
Yeah.
Because if you like try catching them a couple of times, especially if they're kind of like skittish,
Yeah.
and you fuck up, they will just run away and disappear. And then you're like, fuck.
I was yelling earlier. I was getting mad. I found this one. I found 3 of them, and they all fucking ran away. And I was like, I just fought, and I was pissed. Luckily, it had to do with a quest that I had to go help somebody, and he was being held like by this Pokemon, and I was like, oh my god. And I had to fight the Pokemon. I was like, I'm like, can I catch it? And you know, in like certain battles, it's like, nope, you have to win the battle.
Yeah.
So the battle can be decided. It didn't say that. So like, oh my god. And it took 2 Ultra Balls, but I caught it. And I was just, the excitement, the joy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I fucked up on these 3. I didn't see any other ones. I was like, well, I am fucked. I don't know what else to do. And I'm pissed. And I'm probably going to forget about it later. And I saw it and just, I have it now and it's mine. And I can just, I can have it. And if I wanted to in my party, I could just send it out and I could just sit with it.
Yeah, that's another, like, they also really fucking nail a lot of the small details.
If only they could fucking follow you. If
Yeah,
only they could follow you.
Yes. But you can just, like, at any point, just throw your party out of your Pokemon, and they're just all out there. And they'll, like, look at you and you can interact with them, or they'll just, like, talk to each other in Pokemon language. It's just, like, it's cool.
I had 3 fire types at one point, and I threw out one, and I threw out another without thinking, and I said, you know, let's just have the fire party, and I threw out my 3rd one, and I just have these 3 fire types, and they're all looking at each other, just chilling, and they're all talking, and I'm like, you guys fucking go. You have it just a grand old time.
And then I love when you have them all out, you could just hit A on like one of them didn't
Yep.
speak, and they all just like look at you, and it's just like, it's the immersion, because it kind of feels like, in my head canon, I'm like, all right, I'm having like a pep talk with my Pokemon, getting ready for this adventure we're about to go on, and you call them all back, and hitting that shoulder button and just like
Switching over, just click.
yeah,
click.
and they just like are zapping back into the Pokeballs, and it's like oh man,
It's very, the small details are the most satisfying.
I don't know how much I've talked about this on the podcast, but you know, I love sounds. When games sound good, when they have good sounds, it can make a big difference for me. And all of the sounds are all the little sounds of like when you collect a resource, which is very Breath of the Wild sounding. Yeah. And that's a good thing. Or just like throwing out a Pokeball, like when you get a Pokemon from behind, it just
God,
I know we're all over the place right now, but there's a lot to talk about.
When you whack them in the back of the head with a ball and they don't see it coming, and you get that like Arkham Knight fucking like final takedown, like loud smash sound, it's that in and of itself is so satisfying. It's like, yeah, I'm whacking this fucker in the back of the head really hard. I should feel bad and like PETA should be looking over my shoulder, but at the same time, it's so satisfying to be like it's like it's just a sound of just you got him, like bam.
Just to explain this a little further, there's the stealth system in the game where So first there's the main stealth system where just if you're crouched in bushes and they don't see you, that already will be better for you to try and catch them. But then if you hit them from behind, so yeah, like you said, the back of their head, you just
give
like
them, you catch them
with
unaware. It creates a higher chance of being caught.
And yeah, just the sound it makes it's like, yeah, I fucking got him.
Yeah,
and then when it like
you are not gonna fucking escape, you piece of shit.
When it clicks, when the Pokeball clicks, and then like these little fireworks pop, it's just like it's so good. It is. We were both kind of worried about the crafting or like the resource gathering. It's so easy to do on the fly.
I've spent throughout my entire playthrough probably a good 2 to 3 hours just being like, all right, I'm just going to go on a run and just resource hunt just for fun. And like if I see some like a Pokemon across the way, sure, but I'm just gonna like, you get the one Pokemon, Weirdeer, who's the one you can ride on. And again, once you get a good flow, you hop on that thing, you run, you send a Pokemon out, collect a resource, hop back on. And while that Pokemon's collecting that resource, you're heading to the next one. And no matter how far away you get, it'll just zip right back to your belt. And you just go on a fucking spree.
You're like never locked into anything you're doing.
No. And it's the freedom. It's so
everything is so designed to just like keep you moving while letting you do everything you have to do. Which is like, when I get to a new region, I'm usually not on Weird Ear at this point
Yeah.
because like there's new Pokemon everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just running through, and as I'm running through looking for these new Pokemon, it's just I have my starter usually, and you throw the Pokeball at a tree, and they pop out of the Pokeball, they hit the tree, they gather the fruit or the berries, whatever's on there, and it's so seamless.
It is.
You're just running straight and just throw, and it's so smart.
You can send out, if your Pokemon that you sent out to collect a resource isn't back yet, you can send out another Pokemon.
Yeah, you can switch Pokemon, and it's so easy.
And they both come back, and it's like, me and my fucking entourage are just beating the shit out of this land and just taking it all.
That's another genius part of it, is how easy it is to switch between what Pokemon you're going to be throwing out. Mm-hmm. Like, not throwing in the trash. You're not.
Fuck this one. This one's expired.
Which Pokemon you choose
Yeah.
on your team, and then just like, it's literally like one or two buttons, just real quick, and you're throwing a Pokeball instead. Mm-hmm. It's so smart. Like, obviously, we've wanted this type of Pokemon game for a long time.
Yeah.
But like, this brings so much that I didn't know I needed in a game like this.
It shows
and
how,
it's just there.
It shows how long the series has been lacking and somehow still thriving.
Yeah, this game is completely changing Pokemon for me.
Oh, it's so fucking
Just completely.
good. I've never had more of an interest in completing a Pokedex ever.
Yeah, that's okay. So let's talk about the Pokédex.
God damn.
Because this is straight up like, yeah, this is the very beginning of
So,
all this.
Remember how there's the wild area in Sword and Shield, that very large area. Now imagine a much bigger version of that with like a true ecosystem and like different biomes and just, it's not just green palette and that's it. There's more to it. There's different heights and mountains, and that whole entire area, one of 5 different regions across that map that you could just go and explore. They are massive. There's so many different regions of different Pokemon, and they're just out there.
This was another thing we were worried about when we found out it wasn't like a big map.
Yeah.
It was just like small, like different. I say small. They were just different like areas that you kind of go into, and like that's like the level, if you will. Mm-hmm. But when you go out there, it does not feel like that.
No.
It feels so open.
Yeah.
And just like, it doesn't feel like you're in one small level. It feels like, yeah, I'm out in this forest, and there's Pokemon everywhere, and there's so many different ways to go and to explore. And
there's a big thing that people talk about, saying that the the main world itself is like generally empty, and in a way of like structures, and in a way, I guess you could say like things to do. Sure,
you're not coming across like towns.
No,
you're not finding like
there
are
one
some
town.
Structures, but from what I've gathered, it seems like almost all the time they come into play with the main story, and that's why they're there.
But like, anyone complaining about that doesn't realize that you're never like more than 20 feet from a resource or a Pokemon.
That's what it really saves this for me, is that like, yes, it's empty in that sense, but there's Pokemon everywhere.
Everywhere.
And if you're playing this game and that's not what the draw is for you, then like, why are you playing this game?
Yeah.
Because that's the draw of this game.
I don't give a single fuck about not having buildings. I know that there's a field in front of me. It has nothing but Wurmple, and if I just run like 30 seconds over here...
Not even, really.
Not even. I collect a few resources, and then boom, there's just a whole bunch of fucking Bidoof over here. And it's just so many... it's happening. So much happening all at once, and you're just exploring, and there's just waves and waves of just new Pokemon, and it doesn't feel like it gets stale. It's just, there's so much more, and... with how many regions there are, I spent so long on the first region before even moving on, and I was just like, I'm exploring more Pokemon. I'm not bored. I'm just running through, and the little challenges they give you just make it so much better. Like, I'll gladly sit in this field of Wurmple for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's we went off track again. It's very hard to stay on track about this game. There's a lot to talk about, and we both feel pretty strongly about it.
This is a baby dropping the anchor, since
kind of.
It's
not structured. We're just going.
It's just, you just keep moving. It's like, oh, did I talk about this? Did I talk about that?
There have been multiple moments, because like most of my Pokemon nostalgia comes from Gen 1. That's just like when I was a kid, I was playing Pokemon Red actually I had Pokemon Red on Game Boy, and like that was my Pokemon. And since then I've dabbled, I've played some of the games, but you're all about Gen 4.
I love Gen 1, Gen 2. I played a lot of Gen 3, but Gen 4 is like what really sunk its fucking teeth into me. And then that's when I stopped playing Pokemon. I didn't play Gen 5. It took me years to play Gen 6. So Gen 4 is like, I played it like 3 or 4 times all the way through.
So I
maybe 5
will recognize a lot of the newer Pokemon. Like I'll look at them like, oh, I know that Pokemon, but I can't recall it by name. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the Gen, not all of them. I'm not like a big Pokemon guy.
Yeah.
But when I see a lot of these Gen 1 Pokemon, it's like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And
I get that reference.
Basically, which is rare for me.
Yeah. You're just our little fucking Steve Rogers over here.
Well, kind of, yeah. So like when I'm running through this field and all of a sudden I see like one fucking little Togepi, I'm like, yeah.
You saw a Togepi?
Oh, I saw a Togepi.
I have not seen a Togepi yet.
Caught the Togepi.
I have not seen a Togepi yet, except for ones that I've had to like. I think I had to battle one right in the beginning.
It's in the second area.
Okay.
And if my memory serves me correct, there's an alpha nearby. I don't remember what the alpha is, but it's
interesting.
It's right before you get to like. All right, does like a maze kind of area with a lot of dragonfly Pokemon sound familiar to you?
Yanma.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's right near there.
Interesting.
It's kind of like an enclosed circle, with, like surrounded by cliffs, and there's some sort of alpha in the middle, and like in the fucking corner, there's just one Togepi.
I'll have to take a fucking look.
Those again, it was like the stakes because I was like,
and look at that! I haven't even fucking come across that.
Oh,
I have twice as much time in this game.
Yep, and like that's the other thing. This is one of those games, kind of like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
very similar. Where like, yes, these things are all like these Pokemon have spawn points. The buildings are the where the buildings are in Breath of the Wild. That never changes. But very few people are going to see and do everything.
No, and like when we're sitting there talking, it's like, oh, I just caught this. It's like, oh shit, I want that. It's like, oh yeah, that like it's exciting to talk about what you've got.
Yes, and we've both like traded stories with each other that the other person has not experienced in this game yet.
Yeah,
and this is the first week, not even of it being out.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, we went really off track.
I don't. I can't help it, man.
This is the very beginning. So your Pokédex is not this little machine. It's like handwritten. Like
it's like a scrapbook.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And you have to so to really learn about this Pokemon, you need to catch it X amount of times, and you need to see it use this move or all sorts of little things like that to complete it. But then
slowly learning about the species.
But even then, it's like when you go catch that Pokemon, it doesn't just automatically update. You kind of like take these little notes. You're not actually doing anything. It just happens.
Yeah.
And you have to go like report it to the professor. And he has to look through the shit and be like, oh, I see what's going on here. And then you have that information in your like scrapbook. And it's very cool.
It's funny that you're some 15-year-old kid who just like kind of popped out of nowhere, who's finding all this information. And you're walking up to this grown man and he's like, I don't understand any of this.
Yeah, it's I don't think we mentioned the fact that you fell out of the sky from a time rift. You're from the future.
Yeah.
This is ancient Pokemon.
And you have no idea what's happening.
No, but that's why, like, obviously in the future of this world, Pokemon and human, like, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
So everyone is like, so many of these people are scared of Pokemon. They can't approach them. They can't catch them. And you're just like, I'll fucking go catch 5 of those things in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh my God. Who are you?
Yeah, because the game starts off with a professor with like the 3 Hisuian starters, and they get loose, and they're like, oh, I need your help to catch them, and you go catch all 3, and you go back to the camp and like, wait, he caught like 3 in a row? Are you serious? Some of our best can't even do 2. Who is this kid? Where the fuck did he come from? And then you're basically like, the head sergeant at one point, just walking around and be like, yeah, what's up, guys? I'm God now, just catching everything. And they're like, oh my God, this dude's like insane. There
are side quests. They call them requests, but they're basically just side quests.
Yeah.
And so some of them are just like, go collect this resource or like, go fill out this Pokedex entry. But some of them have like cool little lore stories attached. Like the 3 with the what are they called? Bidoofs?
Bidoofs, yeah.
Bidoofs. Where like these 3 wild Bidoofs keep coming into town, and the one guard is like, oh, I'm so fucked. They're here. Can you help me find them?
Yeah.
And you do. They're like hidden around the little town, which is like a hub area. And you go report back, and the construction worker is like, actually, I think we could use these. And the one security guard is like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? Like, this is crazy. So there's like seeing the kind of the first. It's not the very first because like people have Pokemon, but like societally, there are people that like are scared of Pokemon.
Like normies, just normal people, just being like,
yes.
I don't know about that. And then like the government of the town is like, it's fine.
Right, but it's like watching the people just like kind of the start of that relationship between like humanity as a whole. Like I said, like people do have Pokemon. Like it's not like a completely brand new concept.
But those people aren't like normal civilians.
Yeah, they're not just like people that live in the town.
Yeah.
That's not normal for them.
No.
So it's just like seeing the start of that relationship is really cool.
And you're basically you're the one doing all of it. Like
yes, all of it.
So it's Jubilife Town, Jubilife Village, which ends up becoming Jubilife City, like the big, I guess, like city center of Sinnoh, like the capital or whatever. And throughout all the requests that you're doing for people, which can be like, oh yes, fill out this Pokedex, or be like, hey, I want that Pokemon. So you go and you catch that Pokemon, you go tell them about it, and then. Like, there's this one security guard outside the main building. He's like, yeah, I want a Wurmple. And I went and got him a Wurmple, and he's like, what should I name it?
Yeah, that's what I know you.
To which I ended up going with Bugene.
I don't remember. I picked the one that was the least ridiculous sounding, because none of them were, like, good.
There was Bugene, Butitia, and I don't remember the third one.
I don't either.
But Bugene was the only way to go. But after you do that, that Wurmple sits next to that security guard always.
They're just, like, best friends. They're always outside that building, just like together.
And like anytime something like there's a farm and it's like, oh, we need a Pokemon to help with the farm, and then you like catch a Pokemon for them. It's like, oh, thank you so much. Can we keep them? And you're like, yeah. It's like, oh, thanks. Come and switch them out if you ever want.
Yeah,
but...
you could give them any ground Pokemon.
Yeah,
and it's just cool because like there's that Pokemon now, just chilling with them.
To which I got to the final part of that farm, and it was like, oh, we need a Pokemon to do Rock Smash, and it gave me options, and I was like, who do I want to see walking around this farm when I walk by? So I was like, do I want this one? No, I'm going to go with this one. And I left him there. I was like, all right, can we keep him? Which I don't see the point of needing him because they fucking used Rock Smash and there's no more fucking rocks in that town. But I guess you could just hold on to him for fun.
The hub town like that, it's very... It's not changing too much like physically.
But world building. And like,
right.
Yeah.
And there's also like, there's a pasture there. And you can kind of like pick in like pasture 1 in your thing of like what Pokemon you want there.
That's like the box, like your PC actually.
But it's just kind of like a fenced in like
a daycare
area. Yes, it's like a daycare, and it's just fenced in. You could just like you're just looking over the fence, and you just see some of your Pokemon out there.
Yeah,
just like chilling, doing their thing. And, like that feels good. You know what I mean? Like
I had one in there. It was an alpha, and he was huge when I caught him.
So that could be real fun.
And so when I walk by, he's there, and I'm just like, wow, you're like 3 stories tall, bud.
It's it can lead to some funny moments. We didn't talk about alphas. They're much larger and stronger and angrier versions.
They all
of just
have
regular
these
Pokemon.
glowing red eyes.
Yeah, they're evil
and they're massive. That's the easiest way to pick them out.
Oh yeah, you could as soon as you see one, it's like, oh, that's an alpha.
It's funny because like you can see them from the back and from the distance. You're like, all right, what do we got here? And then they turn around. It's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. They're not easy. Even if you are leveled up like with them, which most of the time you're not going to be when you first discover one.
Yeah.
But they're not easy to catch or to take down, but
the main battle system of this game too is a lot less level focused and a lot more like of the standard typing.
Totally.
So like you could be level 50 going up against a level 20 and they could kick your ass if they just like use a certain move or their typing's better. Like you can't do anything. It's all down to typing to a point.
Yeah, typing is very important. Mm-hmm. I mean, it always has been, but like I guess it does feel more
it's
so.
It's a lot less level gating and more like, all right, you're water and that thing's fire. That thing is dead.
Yeah, that is true. Now that I think about it, I have like it will take out some of my Pokemon, but I have caught Pokemon that are like twice the level of my team.
Yeah. I caught one earlier that was level... Nice.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Which is like unheard of in older Pokemon games.
Yeah. Granted, I had to fight him and like weaken him a bit, but still.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And again, just catch him right there, real time, 3D, just bam, and just walk away.
So somehow I'm looking through. Okay. So I did take notes. I planned on this being much more structured.
Yeah, no,
boy, it really wasn't.
I took a few notes and then I gave up because that's all I've been playing, and it's all just in my head.
I do really like how different Pokemon react to you differently in the wild.
Yeah,
as in like some they see you and they're like, "I'm gonna fucking kick your ass," which
Yeah.
we didn't even talk about. They straight up like attack you, the person.
Which,
you could be knocked out by a Pokemon move.
You don't have like a health bar, but the more you get hit, it could be. I think it's like anywhere from like 5 or 6 times. You'll slowly have like a border forming around that'll get like worse and worse to the point where it's red.
It's kind of like the Call of Duty thing, or like the where it's yes.
So that way, if you get hit, you black out, and then you got to just like you wind up back at like the last camp. Same thing with fall damage. If you take some good fall damage, you black out and you have to go right back to wherever you are.
So that's another cool like just lore world building thing that they do, where they say like, yeah, if you get like attacked by Pokemon, you're gonna like get knocked down. We're gonna have to come save you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
one of the first things they tell you when they come to town is like, all right, you're new. We'll see if like you can prove your worth, but if not, you're gonna have to go out there, survive, and you might die. You might fucking die out there.
And just to add to that, like, world building of it, when you're going out, especially in that first area, like, out in the lands, there's just, like, random guards.
Yeah.
They're just, like, chilling somewhere. And in my head, again, kind of headcanon, but they're doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
I see that, I'm like, oh, they're here, so if I black out, they see me get attacked by a Pokemon, they can save my life. Like, it's just that kind of, it's that type of world building.
I get you.
There's just a lot of little moments like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so some are just like friendly. Some see you and they're like, I want to go up to this human and hang out with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this one higher up area that I wasn't supposed to be able to get to, but you can kind of cheese your way with Weird Ear
in so many spots.
And there was a Machamp there, and Machamp it is large and scary looking, and looks like it would just destroy you. I was fully expecting it to be aggressive, and then it spots me. I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm waiting for like the red eye to appear to show like someone's about to fight you.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of comes up to you and it just like flexes for you and kind of roars, but it's like those types of moments are like so cool.
I don't know how.
That was the type of thing where Emilio I, like showed my girlfriend the Switch, was like, look at this Machamp. They're so happy to see me. And then like a little Machop comes up and starts doing it.
I don't know how you were in the second region and you came across a fucking Machamp and it wasn't like a fucking... It wasn't a fucking alpha.
It was in the first region.
It was in the first. Even so, I don't know how you walked up to something that like a final evolution like that, and it wasn't a fucking alpha.
No, it was just chilling.
That's
like
crazy.
I said, wasn't supposed to be able to access this.
Whatever.
You get multiple traversal Pokemon for the world. One of them at some point is like a flying one.
Yeah.
That will let you.
That'll be like
high places.
The easiest.
Yeah, but if you're determined. You can use Weird Ear to just
Skyrim your way up any mountain.
It is very Skyrim. Just like you have to find the right spots to kind of jump.
You can see like where the like little the polygons will like pop out and be like, if I do it just right, I can just land on this tiny little thing sticking out.
So that's what I had to do. I also found a flying Gyarados up there that I caught, but it was like the same type of deal. Like I shouldn't be up here.
I haven't seen,
but I am
yet.
I don't have any more notes.
So let's just fuck the structure. I want to say a funny bit. So you can do multi-battles too, and they work like, so in a multi-battle, you can choose which Pokemon you want to fight by hitting L1 or whatever it is. But in multi-battles, also, you can just walk around in the middle of a battle.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention that. When the fights happen, you're not like, it doesn't do the closed-in thing where it's just like white background here, these two. It's just straight up like,
you're in the world.
It's so smart. There's never any transition.
Yeah.
Like there's no transition screen. There's no loading. It's just like the battle starts and it's just happening. Mm-hmm. And you could still just like, run around.
Yeah, numerous times I've just stood behind the enemy Pokemon, like literally directly behind, and then just did my attack and just like had it hit him, and I'm just watching.
I've done a lot of, because like your character is in like kind of like, this is like fight intense mode. He's not just like chilling.
Yeah.
So the way he's walking, I like to like sometimes walk back and forth and make it be like looking at the poem like, what can I do to you? How am I supposed to get you? Like analyzing. It's very cool.
So you're doing those multi battles, and early on, if you don't have the like one helper fish Pokemon to help you swim, I was fighting a Luxio and a Zubat, and I just happened to be near a cliff, and I fell off that cliff in the middle of the battle.
What happened there? Yeah,
I walked off. I was backing up, and I fell off the cliff right in the water, and I just started drowning. And my
what
Pokemon's
happened with
up
the
there.
battle?
I don't.
Did it just kind of end? That's what I was like. What was the end result of that?
I think I respawned, and it was just it all just went back to normal. Like I got my Pokemon back. It wasn't, but it was just like, because like once you drown, you don't get sent back to a camp. You just get put back on land.
Yeah, I like to think of that as the guards find you to drag you out of the water and like, all right, back at it.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like, God damn it, and I'm just drowning. I'm sitting here drowning.
Yeah, I don't know why your person can't just like swim.
I think we might be Spider-Man.
Whoa. I will say too, just to go with the Breath of the Wild comparisons, if you're the male character, because you could choose between male, female, and you can also like customize your like. My character is probably the most accurate looking to actual me in person that I've ever had in a Pokemon game.
I haven't changed my outfit yet.
I haven't changed my outfit, so I'm not digging the other ones. Like this one feels like a cool uniform.
Yeah.
But I gave myself like the longer hair and glasses, and like it looks pretty accurate to me if I was the way I looked now at like 15.
I'm like frustrated because like I want to fuck around with it, but Lucas, that's his fucking name, Lucas. That's the name of
Lucas. Who are we talking about? That's
the name of the male character when you choose the female character in Gen 4. Lucas.
Okay.
So you get Dawn and Lucas. It's these characters are literally just the ancestors of Gen 4. So like,
yeah, straight up.
He looks just like Lucas, and it's like I don't want to change that because I love Gen 4, and he just looks like an ancient Lucas, and I'm just like, yeah, I just like that. The hair looks like shit. It looks like fucking garbage until you get the hat. Once you get the hat and it wraps the whole thing together, it's like, all right, now the hair fits. I didn't know his hair looked so bad under that hat. But like, because
this whole time
with the hat, it's like, all right, that's how it's supposed to be. And without the hat, it's like, fucking brush your fucking hair. I don't know. Like, you're from the future. I don't know if they have combs here or anything, but brush your goddamn hair.
That's what I was saying. Right.
Brush your hair.
That's what I was saying. Brush your hair. Just to go with a direct comparison to Link to the Breath of the Wild, your character, if you're the male one, like sometimes they do the grunt when they're like throwing a Pokeball, or like they dodge or anything like that, and like the hit that he does it is like almost 1-for-1. It's Link. It is like every time I hear it, all I can think of is like, that is exactly Link's voice. Mm-hmm. That's the exact noise he makes, which is just interesting because there's no way they didn't know what that sounded like.
I mean, it's a possible that they could just be like, "Hey, Nintendo, can we borrow?" And they're like, "Sure."
It kind of feels like they did,
and then they forgot.
I don't know if I have anything else to add.
All right, let's move on. Nobles.
Oh, Nobles. Yeah.
So, with the story, because there is an actual story, you're doing missions. Your whole main quest is to basically, like, you have to set up camps, you have to do little things, you go, but, like, your main thing is you go to each region, and there is a distressed noble, like a very large, special Pokemon, and the most well-known is Cleavor, which is the evolved form of Scyther. He's, like, the rock version with the axes.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, they're all struck by this, like, divine lightning, and they're all freaking out, so you have to go, and you guys create these special bombs out of things that the Pokemon like, which makes no goddamn... Like, if someone came up to me and was like, they started throwing bombs of, like, pizza. Like, if they took pizza and they put it in, like, knapsacks and started chucking them at me, I think I'd be so much angrier than...
All right. But think if, like, you're a dog. Think of a dog and you start throwing little... these like, pizza balls at them. They're going to be pumped and they're going to eat it.
but like you're fucking whacking these.
Yeah, you are.
So you go up to these nobles.
You're
You're really chucking them.
you're pegging it at them.
To the point where like the last one, it like cleanses them. You fucking throw it. You fastball so hard. So when you go up to these nobles, it's literally you and them, no Pokemon, and it's a Dark Souls fight. You have to dodge and throw these bombs at them, and they have a 4-segment health bar.
Yep.
Once you get to a certain point, or like they finish their attack pattern, you can throw your Pokemon out to battle them, which will like weaken them to a point where they'll be a little dazed, and you could just keep throwing bombs at them to like knock down more like a just good chunk of their health bar because they're not moving. But some of them, they're little toughies, and they make it more difficult. But it's nothing more than just dodging and throwing the bombs.
Yeah, so like I only have done the first noble fight so far, but like it's not difficult like a Dark Souls. It's not like you're gonna be sitting here doing it time and time again. It's this crazy attack pattern.
So,
but it has like it has that vibe.
The first one, easy.
Yeah.
The second one, easy.
Okay.
Third one, I think I died once. And then the fourth one I just recently did, hardest one so far. They threw a lot at me with this one.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were, because the first 3, they're basically just rushing you and you have to jump out of the way. The fourth one is like, fuck you. It's just like, oh goddamn.
This is what I really like about this game though, because like it makes sense that a Pokemon would see a person and be like, I'm gonna fuck them up.
Especially when you're struck by lightning and you're pissed off.
Yeah, and then this person comes out of nowhere and starts throwing food at you.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing, like in older Pokemon games that just like it just wasn't talked about. Like I get it, that's not what the games were.
Yeah.
But like when you think about it logically, these are supposed to be like wild animals. Some wild animals on Earth, when you just go out on the floor, they'll fucking see you and tear you to bits and pieces. So it makes sense that there are Pokemon that like are fighting you as a person, and it's just
it's cool.
It's very cool. It's hard to put this game down. The only time I have put it down is to let my girlfriend play because she's also really into it, or if like it's like 1:30 in the morning and I should go to bed. And now my Switch is about to die, and now it's like, well,
the biggest reason to put the game down is because the Switch is dying.
Yes.
And when you put it down, you just put it right in the dock, and you sit back down, and you keep playing.
Which you can.
And it's, oh, God, I love this game.
Yeah, completely addicted to this. It's, it just needs to be Pokemon for me moving forward. This has to be Pokemon. This is Pokemon.
I mean, I've never given a single shit about any of the old Pokemon end games because it's just I by the end of like the 20-30 hours I'm like, so I've done it. I've done what I wanted. But this, like, I know I'm gonna beat like the main story and I'm just gonna be like, I gotta catch them all. Gotta catch all of them. Yeah,
it's weird.
I gotta catch them all and I gotta know them all.
I go back and forth on it a lot because like it's very different than just like a traditional Pokemon, which like Sword and Shield. When I played Sword, I essentially had a guide open because I was like, I'm just going to get them all.
Yeah.
And I did that. This is different, though.
Even with
like,
fucking...
I want, it's the sense of, it's the Breath of the Wild thing.
Yeah.
It's the sense of going out into this world and, like, discovering the Pokemon for yourself and where they are. And then, like, oh, you go back out at night? Here's all the night Pokemon. They're different. Mm-hmm. The ghost types come out and shit. And, like, yeah.
You can't even get in the water yet, and there's water Pokemon that are just, you got to go back to the first region once you get that, and just there's more to explore, and it's...
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
It
is, while it may not, it's different than Breath of the Wild, but I compare it, there's the obvious comparisons, but it gives that same feeling of like, of discovery, and just like, I've had multiple audible, like, I'm fucking strolling along and I see this fucking Onyx in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I've had, like, multiple times I've had, like, eyes go wide. I literally go,
yep. Same thing.
I see that. I have to. And then, like, stakes get so high. You can't get spotted. You have to avoid all the other Pokemon around. So no one gets alerted. It's like, it gives you that feeling. Same thing in Breath of the Wild when like you're running and you see the structure in the distance, you're like, oh, what is that? I gotta go check this out.
Which specifically happened to me because, like I said, I went back to that first region, right? And I was doing a lot of just collecting extra stuff. I just wanted to do more before I left that region and went on to the next one.
Yeah.
And apparently, once you hit the second region, you get the little card that pops up telling you about these things called time distortion zones that will randomly pop up throughout the map as like a world event. It takes a few minutes to truly start, but when it does, a whole bunch of shards, evolutionary stones, cosmic items, and whatnot will drop on the ground, and random Pokemon in that bubble, in that dome, will just start appearing. And I didn't go to the second region yet, but I played so much in the first region that it just kind of like, I guess in its code, clicked it itself.
Yeah.
I ended up catching and spending so much time there that I ended up doing 2 time distortion zones before even knowing what they were. So as I'm playing around, it says time distortion zone opening, and I go, what the fuck is that?
Which I kind of wish that's how I discovered it. Because like, so you told me about it, so I knew from that. But also, I didn't have one appear until like I was in the second area and I was doing shit, and they like told me about it.
Yeah.
Like a character was like, oh, there are these things that are happening. Just so you know, it's like crazy in there.
So to which it pops up, and I check the map, and it tells me where it is. So I go there, and I see this like colorful bubble dome, and I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm going down into it. It's like kind of transparent, translucent, and I get inside, and it just becomes super dark in there, and it's like purple, and it's like, all right, this is different. And after a few minutes, it starts, and like it starts to rumble, and you can hear noises, and I'm like, what is absolutely going on? I'm trying to pick up stuff. My backpack's full. I'm deciding what I want to take with me and what I want to leave. And out of nowhere, random Pokemon just start appearing. Pokemon that like shouldn't have been there, like Ursaring, Sylveon, Sneasel, and I'm just like, what do I do? I just start throwing Pokeballs, and I'm freaking out. I'm catching as many as I could, and at the last second, I see an Eevee, and I go, oh my fucking god, there's an Eevee here. And I fucking get down, I pick up the ball, I toss it, the time distortion field ends, the ball hits the ground, there's no Eevee, and I go, god damn it, son of a, and I was just like, I wanted to keep playing, but I was like, I don't know what to do. I was so close to having an Eevee, and I didn't. And then I found another time distortion zone. I caught like 6 of them.
But still, you got that experience.
That happened, and again, like that, the fucking what's it called? The Sylveon popped up, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what are you doing here, bud?"
So this brings me to kind of like my 2 biggest nitpicks with the game. One is I wish there was more of that type of stuff happening.
Yeah.
But like you weren't told about it.
Right.
Just like shit starts happening and it leaves you of this like, what is this? Why is this happening? And then like shit just starts happening and like, yeah, like it gets explained to you at some point.
Right.
And probably the biggest one, which is people have been talking about this, the visuals.
Yeah.
Some like you look at like the professor's hat and like the quality of it, of like the texture or certain things, like some of this game, it like straight up like it's not good.
Some of the anti-aliasing
like pretty old.
Fucking kills me at points. Down in like the caves, it's real noticeable. And I found out in certain parts of the caves, there's just numerous areas where there's no like the 2 textures are. There's a gap. I can just see like the skybox through the floor.
Yeah.
And in numerous spots, and I'm like, all right, get out of here.
So like, yes, visually this could look much better.
It's weird because you're combining 2 things. You're combining the smooth 3D models of the characters and the buildings, to which when you're in a building, the game looks the best it could. When you go outside and it's like a watercolor painting world, and like the clouds are that, and the everything looks different in a way. It also just looks muddy.
Yes,
it doesn't look clear.
It looks like the dirt paths can sometimes look like straight up like an old game.
Yeah,
like pretty old.
But it's like, yeah, but at the same time, I don't care because I'm just catching Pokemon. And
that's the thing. It's
an annoying reminder.
It is, but it's not stopping me from enjoying the game. It's the type of thing that like since the game is so good,
Yeah.
I can overlook. If this game was bad,
Yeah.
that would be like part of the pile of trash on it. That would be like, and it looks like shit. Like, but it's not, because the game itself is so good.
Yeah.
And really, like, the Pokemon themselves look good.
Yeah.
Like, they're not like, this is not realism.
No.
I don't think Pokemon will go in that direction ever. But like, they look good. You can see what the Pokemon, they don't look blurry or like anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I think easily overlookable, because it just, the game itself is so good.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the little, like, problems that people talk about, I feel like in most games, it's like, all right, but who really fucking cares? And in certain ones like that, like, yeah, to me right now, who fucking cares? Because I need to just run out there and I need to catch another thing. I just gotta keep catching. That's all I give a fuck about.
This is such a good, like, this game is so good.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like, done with it by any means. No. But I'm already, like, I can't wait to see what the next iteration of this is. Like, what they add to it, how to make it better. Because, like, this is so good as it is. They nailed it. They nailed what a 3D Pokemon game needs to be. Mm-hmm. Now, like, build on it. I want to see that. It's
super frustrating, too, because Game Freak puts out a lot of content, but is also known for just kind of, like, almost being lazy with some of that content.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's like,
especially like, how long did it take for this to happen? Like,
right. And like, how long, and like the national Dex bullshit with whatever. There's always issues. People have issues with these games. They also have some of the highest like revenue coming into them.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, just to make it all these games better, because we know you can. You put out enough games anyway to like keep us waiting.
They can certainly afford to hire the people to make it look better, or to like, yes.
So I literally can't wait for the day where we get a modern day version of that, if we do. Because like, holy shit, that would be insane. And like the quality of life and just the iterations in the future after what we get in between those.
Right. But like, so yeah, that's the thing. This is like ancient times. Just imagine like a game like this, but there's like a sprawling city to go through.
And what did I say earlier? When are we going to get the first Pokemon game with dialogue? Like spoken dialogue.
Yeah. 30 years.
Yeah.
That's the next big evolution.
We got 3D, 30 more years, we'll get voice. It's like the Lego games.
But this is it. They done did it.
There's no gyms either. The way that you kind of move up in rank is as you progress in like your Pokedex and your the data you're collecting, you're kind of filling up a bar with experience. And once you hit that, you go to Celine, who's like the head of whatever, who's like just underneath like the big leader of the Galaxy Clan, and is like, all right, time to move up a rank. And like you move up a star rank, and it's like, oh, now Pokemon up to level 20 will obey you, and blah 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 blah.
It's kind of like I don't
like
want to say like
the same
military
version of a gym.
Yeah,
stuff that you would get.
But it like, yes, there's no gyms, but like it works. Like it makes sense lore wise and world wise. That like it's like you're part of this like team, and you're being like promoted, if you will.
Yeah, and it's and you like at the point where I'm at. Like, so many people should just, like, fucking salute me when I'm walking by. Like, I don't even have to give them, like, a second look. They should look at me and go, oh, fuck. Like, get out of his way. Like, he's going somewhere.
There are, so I found I don't remember if it's, like, Diamond or Pearl, whatever. Right? The different clans.
There's the Galaxy Clan, who's, like, the central, and then there's the two warring factions, the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan. So,
in the second area, there's kind of, like, a base camp for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk up to these two people that are just talking, and they both turn to look at you, and they have like speech bubbles coming up. And the one is like, "Oh, you're that. Oh, you're him.
Yeah,
you're that guy from the whatever the Galaxy team. Oh, like can I help you? Like, can I get you?" It's very like, yeah.
But you're just some 15-year-old random kid.
Yeah, that's always, and it's always gonna be like that because like. It's also for kids.
Every once in a while, you'll get a question, too. They'll be like, so, is this, like, do you know anything about this? Is this like it where you come from? And every single time, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just showed up here. I have no idea about anything. What do you need me to do next?
We each took down some, like, personal
I wanted to see where we both were at with like our Pokemon and our stats and
He's
stuff.
way further than me.
I like I said, I've been lucky and I had more time. I have not been able to put it down. So I have completed 4 of the 5 nobles and visited 4 of the 5 regions.
1 noble, 2 regions.
All right. I am currently a 7-star member. I just reached my 7th rank earlier.
3 for me. I'm ranked 3.
There are 10 ranks total, and at the rank that I'm at, rank 7, because I was like, oh, this Pokemon up to this level will obey you.
Yeah.
I hit rank 7, and all it says is all Pokemon will obey you. I go,
it's just like,
all right.
That just the wording of that is like you can just go out in the wild and be like,
hey,
"Do
you
this for me."
Fucking come over here.
And they just said, I have to.
Shit, it's that guy. I am 24 and a half hours in right now. And to which, with how I look at games, if I were to put this game down right now, full satisfied purchase. If I'm able to reach 24 hours in a game, super satisfaction.
So I'm 14 hours in, and I even feel like just having this Pokemon experience, I'm like, yeah, this game, absolutely worth it. Obviously, I'm going to put a lot more into it, but
right. And also the way it is, there's Pokemon that you have seen, Pokemon you have caught, and then Pokemon that have a completed entry in the dex, which means they have hit at least research level 10.
Which, as we said, you get from you have to catch a certain amount, battle a certain amount. There's little tasks tied to each Pokemon to do.
Yeah. So I have seen 159. I have caught 142, and I have completed 40 of their dex entries.
Yeah, you have a lot more than me.
I've been fucking
going.
going.
I've seen 80, caught 66, and completed 12. I guess it makes sense, though. You're about double the amount of time and have double the amount of... It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I've completed a bunch of the most of the requests, most of the side stuff, the main stuff. I still have to. There's still so many things to explore. There's so many water Pokemon I gotta fucking deal with.
Yeah, there's a lot. The first area and now the second one. I can't do anything with water Pokemon. There's just straight up areas you can't go to until you can.
And we also recorded our current teams right now.
Yeah, yours is better than mine.
So we'll take turns. So I'll say one. So starting off, I have my level 54 Rowlet because I refuse to evolve him. I am not the biggest fan of the way Hisuian Decidueye looks. I'm not the biggest fan of how any of them really look. I think they're all fine, but I think Decidueye is the worst. And I just love Rowlet. He's just such a cute... I love owls. He's such a cute little guy. He's a fucking level 54 tank, but I toss him out. And it's just
is he still strong?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, I switched up some of his moves, and he's one of my top 3 that I'm if the other 2 are out, all right, you're next, bud. You fucking go get him.
I have Typhlosion right now, so the opposite, fully evolved.
Yeah, he looks kind of cool. He looks like such a wimpier version of regular Typhlosion.
I would have to look back at I don't remember.
Yeah.
Level 38. He just recently became Typhlosion today, actually.
Ooh,
I think it was today. Maybe it was last night.
I don't
know. What is time?
I got me a fire starter. Next is my level 52 Infernape.
That's from Chimchar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the Chimchar, but I was like, I already have the Cyndaquil. I don't need both of them.
They are out there. You can catch Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup.
Yeah.
They all have their own hidden little spots where they do spawn, but they only spawn in that one spot so far that I've seen. And I have caught a few Chimchars. I just recently caught a few Turtwigs, and I finally got a Torterra. And I've only just seen one Piplup, and it was for a side quest.
Yeah, which for those that don't know, Piplup is that's Dave. Dave is Piplup.
My number... All right, we'll get there. Piplup is my favorite starter ever, but it is not my favorite Pokemon.
Okay. My next Pokemon is I have Luxray, level 31.
That's my fucking favorite. Shinx is my favorite Pokemon.
Also, just today, you saw it happen.
Yeah.
It became Luxray.
My next is my level 54 Luxray, who I've basically been treating as my main dude. He's just like, yeah, I got my Rowlet who I send out, but like my Luxray is like the first of like the top of my line, my right-hand man.
Sure.
We went down to the photographer. We took a picture today. We were just standing next to each other. We took a picture. It felt so nice. I love my buddy. And it's like, obviously there's different Luxrays and there's different Luxios, but you go into your little journal and it's like, oh, you found him on the 28th at level 4. And I'm like looking at him now. I'm like, that's my
that's
fucking,
cool that they know
that's
that.
my
Yeah.
buddy. I love it.
I have, again, this happened today only because I happened to see you had something open on the computer.
Right. I was like, it was at the point where I was like, I'm not going to do a lot of like story stuff, but I got so many fucking Pokemon and one of these fuckers evolved so I can like update my Pokedex.
Yeah. So I had a Scyther, but I saw it when you had it open. It just happened to be on Scyther.
Yeah.
I was like, you need this one item. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, I have that in my box because it just said like, a Pokemon might like this. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Right.
So I used that with my Scyther, and now I have a level 28 Cleaver.
I don't have a Cleavor yet, and I think that's cool because
It is cool.
I haven't even found that. It's like a black Agrigogribe.
I don't
something.
remember where I got it. I just know I had it.
So that's one of the evolutionary items. When you go to the place, so there are these satchels you can find throughout the game that'll give you merit points, which are a special currency to buy like evolutionary stones and whatnot. I was looking through that entire evolutionary section. I did not find that item to buy.
Yeah,
So
I don't know how I got
do not know
this.
where to get it.
I don't know. I don't know where I got it. I just had it.
My next one, I have my level 34 Cherim right now. Yep, and the only fucking reason I have him is so I can finish the goddamn request that is to finish the thing. But I've only seen 2 Cherubi, and I evolved Cherubi into Cherim, so now I have him. But I can't do anything else easily to finish the thing until I hit. He's level 34 until I hit level 47.
Oh man,
Where they can learn this one move, and then I have to use that move a certain amount of times to be able to like. That's the easiest route for me to complete his dex entry.
At least like once you hit that level, you can just go into a field and just fucking destroy.
I go to region 1, go right up to the Beedoops, and I fucking take him out.
The friendly Beedoops are
Yep.
like running up to you like,
Yup.
hey human, let's hang out.
And I go,
Just
nope, I have a mission.
So I did have, because I saw like a TikTok, but I kind of had like a similar moment where I have my my Typhlosion, and this one little fucking aggressive Pokemon was like getting in my way while I'm trying to get to another Pokemon. I was like, fine, I'll just fucking destroy you.
Yeah.
So I sent out my Typhlosion, I used Flamethrower, and just when you have a bigger Pokemon, and then there's a small one, and
Yep.
it just does this obnoxiously, like, large move on it.
Yep.
It just, like, engulfs the whole thing in flames, and then it's just, like, down.
I'll use a strong type move just for extra damage. just to say fuck you, you know?
It could be pretty humorous.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Oh, it's my turn?
Your turn.
I have a level 30 Gyarados. That's the one I saw flying up high in the sky, and I had to find, like, the exact point to, like, kind of inch on the edge of this cliff and be like, because it was flying like in a big circle.
Yeah.
And I was like,
did you have any
I think I
wing
could get it
balls
from
or
here.
whatever they are? Feather balls or?
Yeah, feather balls. That's ultimately what I used.
Yeah.
And I tried because I tried with just a regular Pokeball and I finally hit it. I was like, this is the spot. But of course it broke out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I could fight it. So I tried throwing one of my Pokemon at it, but since it was in the sky, the ball just kind of like bounced off Gyarados, and Gyarados was like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm curious how that works because I've fought Pokemon in the water, and when I throw out like my Luxray, it like there's a flotation pad for it to stand on, but when I throw out Rowlet, he floats, like he just flies there, like above the water.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that'll work in the sky.
Huh?
They stand on a cloud.
Maybe. My next one is my level 33 Gabite. I recently got myself a Gibble. I got 2 Gibbles, and
What is that?
so they evolve into Garchomp. They're like the little dinosaur bug.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. So I'm currently working on him to get him to a fucking Garchomp.
What level do they evolve, do you know?
So I think it's either level 40 or 50 to get to Garchomp, and it's either 20 or 30 to get to Gabite from Gibble.
My last Pokemon is... Nope, not the last one. Second to last one is... I'm not going to say it right. Staravia?
Staravia.
Staravia. Yeah, it's just like Starly evolved, and like this, it's not gonna be a permanent member of my team. This is one of those Pokemon that's kind of like have.
Staravia is one of the most like awkward teen evolutions because Starly's cute and then Staraptor's like badass.
Yeah,
and then you just got Staravia who's just like meat and it's just there.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I look at it in my team, I'm just like, yeah, you can stay.
Yeah,
you can stay here. We'll see what happens with you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to like I want to find like a Pikachu or something. Like, yeah, you're on my team.
Dude, it took a while for me to find a Pikachu.
So yeah, my girlfriend found a Pikachu and a Pichu.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've
seen 2 Pikachu my entire 24 and a half hours.
Yeah,
But that's also
cool.
Do you
know is like Charmander and Bulbasaur and Squirtle, are they like out somewhere? Do you know? Have you seen? Oh, they're not.
I mean, my best guess is the only starter Pokemon you will find in this game are your first 3 and the 3 from Gen 4. I don't think there's...
Okay.
Well, I know for a fact that there's no Charmander.
Oh, did you look it up?
No, but I saw someone tweet saying, like, see, guys, look, we can have a fun Pokemon game without Charizard.
Okay, then if there's no Charmander, they're not going to put Squirtle or Bulbasaur in there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Which, I get that it's you, but, you know.
I get it.
So much fucking Gen 1 cocksucking, dude.
Oh, there totally has been.
They fucking just slobber on Gen 1 for years. Just give it a break, man.
Yeah, but that's also, like, for me...
I know.
That's like, when I see a Gen 1 Pokemon in the wild, that's where I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I want that.
Still.
Yeah, totally.
Good segue. My final Pokemon is my level 42 Machoke. And the only reason I had him was just to finish his completed deck so I could finish a quest. And I don't need him right now. I can just go put him back in the pasture.
I don't need you. So is it Machoke or Machamp? Is that the last one?
Machamp's the last one.
Okay, yeah.
But he's one of the ones that either, I think, needs a linking cable or to trade to evolve.
Machamp is the one that, like, is so buff that you could, like, see the red veins on their arms, right?
Well, Machoke is buff. Machamp has 4 arms.
Oh. I think I saw a Machoke then, not a Machamp.
God damn it. I had a feeling that you were lying to me this entire time.
Let me check.
I had a feeling. Machamp has like a beak mouth and it's purple and it has 4 arms.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was like, there's no fucking way this dude saw a goddamn Machamp
no,
in the first region.
It was Machoke. It was Machoke.
It's fucking... I didn't want to say anything.
You should have. I'm not a Pokemon guy.
I trusted you.
You shouldn't. You should never trust me. I have a level 29 Kricketune right now. It's the alpha. I think it's funny throwing it out and just having this large thing. Yeah, and it does that whole thing.
Yeah, he's such a fucking obnoxious piece of shit.
Oh, totally obnoxious.
That's why I took a screenshot of the one time. It's like, he's only here to cause trouble. He's just a troublemaker.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, that's exactly, like, there's no perfect representation of Kricketune.
The alpha's like, I showed you a picture earlier. Like, they can, so some requests are just like, bring me this Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I had one that was an alpha, and just like, it's in this building, and it's fucking taking up like the whole room. It's so big.
Yeah.
And the way people react to it can just like be funny.
It is. Like, there's that stupid fucking Weasel quest. And I went through so many Weasels up until I found an alpha, which they want you to catch a 2'8", and I caught a 4'2", and I put them side by side, and it's like, look, it's like a father and a son.
Yeah, my girlfriend still hasn't found a 2'8" one, and I guess I was just really lucky. Just I caught one Weasel. I was like, I'm going to use this for a while.
Yeah.
And then that was I got annoyed because I was like, I gotta go catch another Weasel for my team now. Mm-hmm. Only to find out that apparently it's really hard to find a 2'8" Weasel.
And I'm over here with like 15 in my pasture, and I'm just like, fuck, goodbye, all of you.
Is that it? Did we do it? Did we talk about Pokemon?
I think we talked about Pokemon enough for now. Next week we'll talk a lot more Pokemon.
It's that was over an hour of Pokemon.
God damn. It's so good.
It is. And the crazy thing is this is like the first big release of this year.
Yeah.
So this is just like number 1 of these types of games that we're just going to end up going on about.
Oh my
Although
God.
Pokemon, I don't know. It has that special thing that Breath of the Wild had where you could just fucking, if you have 2 people playing it, you can just go. You can just constantly talk.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to news.
News time.
Hey, there was some big news too.
Yeah. So Hyperscape is shutting down.
That was it. That was the big news.
April
We're doing this
28th.
again.
I don't know why these companies keep trying these trends, thinking they'll work.
It's a lot of times it's Ubisoft.
A lot of
This was Ubisoft.
Ubisoft tried to hop into the Battle Royale game, and it didn't work. And I don't remember telling you this. I ended up going, first off, listen to this sentence. I went to a Party City a few months ago.
Okay.
Who the fuck goes to Party City?
A
Right?
few months ago, was it for Halloween?
Yeah, but it wasn't for me.
Okay, but still, was it Halloween oriented, whatever was happening?
That's why we went.
That's the only time I accept that.
Nobody else was there, and it looked like shit.
Right.
But the most shocking thing at this fucking Party City that I haven't been to in like 15 years is they had a fucking birthday setup for Hyperscape. They had like Hyperscape themed.
Really?
They had Hyperscape themed birthday shit like I don't even know, like a cake topper or like hats, and like it was a thing you can buy, and it was Hyperscape, the fucking game.
That is insane to me.
I saw that and I started laughing.
Could they they couldn't get like Fortnite or Apex or any of the other battle royales? Or
I mean, you had like your standard like Halo, Mario.
Yeah.
But like I look over, I see Hyperscape, which I knew was in its failing third season at the time, and I'm just laughing because who would buy this? It is failing terribly.
And it's just like, that's not like a mainstream game.
No.
No, who the hell's talking about Hyperscape?
No, and even when it was like big, it wasn't big. It sucked.
Yeah.
I remember playing
I find
it.
that very like,
Yeah.
I'm like shocked that was a thing.
I'm still flabbergasted by it because I just think back to it and I'm picturing it in my mind and I'm just like, how? Why? What courses in history had to like happen for this to like be a thing?
But we're in the wrong timeline.
I
the
mean,
bad one.
The timeline, well, I don't know if it feels like the good timeline because it's finally shutting down.
Oh, the Party City is?
No, the Hyperscape.
Oh, Hyperscape. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. Hyperscape shut it down.
So, rest in peace to the 4 people playing Hyperscape right now.
I mean, they're not dead. The people aren't dead.
Rest in peace the avatars of those people.
There you go.
But that game is wah wah.
All right, how about the actual big news?
Fine.
Another,
Our partners at Sony.
yeah, our partners. Xbox, you want to buy us off Sony? We're open. Another acquisition. Not as big, obviously, but Sony bought Bungie.
For $3.6 billion.
It is kind of funny that Bungie,
That,
creators of Halo.
people are saying it's like they did this as a big slap in the face.
So some of it is that, and I think
I think those
We'll
people
get
are
to
being
it,
a
but
little bit dramatic.
they're being dramatic. But I think some of this is like kind of goodwill with Xbox in a way, which we'll get to.
I mean, Halo's doing pretty good right now.
Halo is doing good.
Destiny's doing good, but I personally don't have a cup of tea about Destiny.
What about like a cup of coffee?
I like coffee.
Bungie will be an independent. Can you say the word for me again? I want to say subsidiary every time.
Oh.
Subsidiary?
Is it? I'm pretty sure it's subsidiary.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, that word.
Like an offshoot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be independent. So like.
Hey, Google.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Get us the answer. Hold it up to the mic too.
Subsidiary definition. You gonna tell me, or do I have to say it? Oh,
Google. Hello.
less important than, but related or supplementary to something.
Well, it didn't tell us how to say it.
Well, I said it. It's subsidiary. I used to say this word in Minecraft all the time.
Okay. So like Destiny is obviously it's not going to be taken off Xbox.
No,
That's
they're still going on their 10-year plan.
they're working on it.
Yeah.
Bungie still has the option to self-publish and quote reach players where they choose to play.
Whoa,
that was from
consensually.
like That was from Sony, which sounds like the very Sony way of saying, like, yeah, they could put games on Xbox, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah.
We're going to say it in...
Just like Phil Spencer's like, we're going to leave Call of Duty.
Pause.
And it's like, what do you mean, Phil?
Yeah.
I could mean anything.
And apparently games that are currently being developed, because like they're working on a new IP,
Okay.
is not going to become a PlayStation exclusive now. It's going to be wherever. But Jim Ryan, Mr. Phil Spencer of PlayStation, that like is not in the public like Phil Spencer is, says that this is just the beginning. Expect more acquisitions, and from some rumors, it seems like maybe sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, a lot of like Ubisoft, EA, like that's all being thrown around lately. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, at this point, nothing surprises me.
Who's Xbox going to buy next?
Yeah, like
what's going to happen this year?
And I love how Nintendo is just off to the side. It's like, yeah, we're good. We're doing our thing. We're good.
Yeah.
We're selling Switches like crazy.
Yeah.
We don't care.
It's all about the way the games play, not they look.
So that's our weekly acquisition. Join us like a week or two from now. We'll be talking about the next big thing that was bought, which just like, I don't know. At some point it's exciting, and then at some point it's also like, well, this is not good for the industry. Maybe like not everyone should be bought like this.
It's still weird because it's still so soon to say, because you
true.
remember how many acquisitions Microsoft did, a year or two ago, and we still haven't seen anything from any of those people.
Accurate.
Like Compulsion Games, The Initiative. Like, there's so many things that we just don't know. We haven't even seen anything about Fable in like forever.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So not as big as Xbox buying Activision Blizzard. They're obviously much bigger.
Oh yeah.
But this is still like, this is nothing to sneeze at.
No,
it's a big deal.
And Destiny is a big deal for the people who like it.
Totally.
That is like, they're all over the place. So that's
yeah. People really like what Destiny 2 has become.
Yeah.
Yes.
More news. This is very exciting for me because we finally got our Shadow Warrior 3 release date. Officially, it was teased last time, but it's officially March 1st.
Which we weren't sure about because that doesn't feel like it would be a real, like, March 1st, you know?
Yeah, like it was teased and leaked through Xbox, which
yeah.
Those things have come out to be true before, but still, and also so soon with their supposed, like, they really wanted to try to get this game out in 2021, but it didn't. But it's, as of right now, it's less than a month away. And oh my God, this year is gonna be such a good year for me. I am so excited.
That's a very you game.
Oh, in the same month as Borderlands?
Yeah, I guess it actually worked out pretty well, though. They're like, one's at the beginning and one's at the end.
Fucking Pokemon, Dying Light, Horizon, then what the fuck? Shadow Warrior. Then the Wonderlands. Oh, fuck, dude. We're not even at the games that don't even have release dates yet.
Yeah, supposedly God of War is this year. Supposedly Hogwarts Legacy is this year. Like,
fuck, dude.
I'm excited for Elden Ring. I'm just saying things you didn't mention.
There's so many games that I'm excited for, and I hope there's enough time.
No. The answer is just no.
And also, let's just segue onto that next thing. Speak about March 25th.
Yeah. I'm excited and also a little angry.
Yeah. Well, now we got a trifecta on that date.
Yeah. So Ghostwire Tokyo, PlayStation went out and said there's going to be a showcase on the 3rd. So today. Yeah, today. But the release date is out March 25th. So the same as Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
And
Kirby and the Forgotten City.
Boy.
All 3 games the same day. Which, like, for us, it was like, you were going to play Wonderlands. I was going to play Kirby.
You know why it's happening, though.
Oh, is it like the fiscal year shit?
Gotta be. Gotta get them out before Q1 2022.
And now, for me, I'm like, because I'm very excited for this game. I'm very excited for Kirby. What do I do?
It's gonna be Kirby last for me.
I'm
excited for Kirby, especially because I love me some 3D Mario.
Yeah.
And this is like, all right, I have really no memory, nostalgia, or interest in Kirby, but fuck it. Give me a 3D game. I'll play it.
Yeah.
But Ghostwire Tokyo, I need to see more, but I'm just like, that just seems cool. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for you, obviously, though, you're going to play the Borderlands game. Like, that's...
Oh, I'm not going to... That game is going to consume... I'm taking off that day.
I am, in my head, just... If I start thinking about what I want to play first, Kirby or Ghostwire...
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds to think about it, I will swap about 10 times.
Yeah.
I just think about one of them for 2 seconds, I'm like, all right, that one.
I
want to play that one.
It's literally got to be all right, I'm at home.
What day of the week is March 25th?
I think it's Friday. It's either Friday or Tuesday, but I feel like it's Friday. Games either release on Fridays or Tuesdays.
It's Friday. You're going to take off on Friday?
Yes.
Are you going to make me work?
I'm sorry,
Kirby
but
Ghostwire Day?
It's Borderlands, man. It's Borderlands, man. I will literally not sleep. I am You remember what I did for Borderlands 3? I bought the collector's edition, waited for that to come in the mail, and I went to GameStop the night before, bought a second copy to start playing, and I just played all fuck. I didn't sleep. I did not sleep. You know when I fell asleep? 8 a.m. You know when I woke up? Noon. You know what I did? Kept playing.
It's not enough sleep.
I don't care. There's not enough Borderlands.
What?
I love. And we got magic, and we got fucking wands, and we got melee, and I can't.
All right, you'll owe me a day for another game.
Sure, I don't give a fuck. I'm playing.
I'm gonna pick like Hogwarts Legacy.
I don't know if we could do that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No,
it would be a me game.
Oh yeah, no, just go for it because I'm staying home, man.
Final Fantasy VII got some news about that game.
Yeah, how many spinoffs we getting?
Apparently a lot more. They're being worked on now. There was a whole thing because it's the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. It was either 20 or 25th. I'm pretty sure 25th.
All right, but what do we actually want?
Part 2. Yeah, and it is, as long as things go as planned, gonna be revealed this year. Now, released this year? No. Revealed though? Great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe that means next year for release.
And what is that? Final Fantasy VII Part 2 and Final Fantasy 16? Whoa!
That would be... Ooh. Would they? Would they?
I wouldn't. If I was Square Enix, I wouldn't do that.
No.
No.
That's definitely going to be like a 23-24 thing, right?
I'm just saying. But please give me Final Fantasy VII Part 2.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, give me Final Fantasy 15 Part 2. I want more Noctis.
Sure.
I want
that
more.
Story kind of ended.
I want more. Give me just like, I don't know, just give me something. I want more Noctis. I like that guy.
You just have a crush on him.
It's my first ever Final Fantasy game that I ever beat. And he just was an angsty piece of shit who just grew on me. And then by the end, he was just so cool. That final Noctis.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's so cool.
You.
So Team 17.
Ah, boy.
The guys behind the Worms games, to which I knew about Worms. I actually played a knockoff version of Worms using animals on like a Facebook Flash game that I would play for hours. I don't know if I've ever played like a true Worms game, but they decided to delve in and not put NFTs in their game, but create NFTs for some of their Worms. And just like every other person, they got so much backlash that they were like, you're right. We're sorry. On top of that, Troy Baker, too, pulled back out. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Just don't, you know?
Just don't.
Just don't.
Just don't.
You know what? I think it was the Worms one. Do you know what they said that the electrical output of what they were creating would power?
No, I didn't see that.
The annual like housely or whatever energy of 11 kettle pots.
I'm confused.
So like the amount of energy that is being used, that would have been used to create the the Worms NFTs, would have been the exact same amount of energy to power 11 kettles for a year.
Oh, for a year.
Yeah, it is the annual consumption. So like the general annual consumption of 11 kettles worth. If you were to use a kettle all year long, like the normal amount, like if you were to be like, oh,
I've never used one.
This doesn't work. This doesn't work anymore. If you were to be like once a week, I want a cup of tea, and then you times that by 11, then that's how much energy.
Okay.
Look, man, you don't get it, and I read the article. That's what they told me. The annual consumption. So, like, I don't know. You use your microwave.
I use microwave a lot.
So do I.
Yeah. Now we're on board. Man. Convert the kettles to microwave time.
All right. How much do you use a microwave in a year? That's a lot. Now times that by 11.
Yeah, that's too much energy.
Now think of it like tea.
You lost me.
All right, next news.
Next news. Sony's London studio is making an online game. Their London studio is the people that made the Blood and Truth VR games.
Ooh.
This will not be that, though. This will be an online game, AAA for PS5. And this kind of came out not too soon before the report that PlayStation is supposedly planning on launching 10 live service games by 2026.
They need to start
within
learning
the next
to put
5 years.
They need to start learning to put more context out there, because when I hear anything live service, I go, fuck that to hell. Fuck that to all hell, because you guys are grubby, greedy pieces of shit that only want my money and to waste my time, and that's all I know, because that's all you guys keep fucking doing.
I think, like, the live service model can work, depending on the game. But, like, when I see that, like, 10? And that's 2 a year. I feel like one big live service game coming out a year is still like, there's not a lot of room.
And are we even getting any of those this year?
I don't know. So
who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, are we gonna? Oh, yucky! Is the Twisted Metal game gonna be a?
So I could 1000% see that.
Yeah, that sounds yucky.
And I'm also but like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
for a modern Twisted Metal, it's not what you and me would play.
No, but
it
like,
makes
what
sense.
twist are they gonna do to make it so you incentivizing their live service bullshit?
Nostalgia. They're gonna bank on Twisted Metal nostalgia.
We'll see.
I mean, they didn't say that there'll be good live service games or original.
I don't know any live service game that I like. I also, at this point, can't just pick out a live service game. I feel like there's just too many. There's too many subgenres, and they're all just,
Destiny 2.
Yeah, and there you go. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa, what happened to you there?
Fuck, emphasis. Let's get sad for a little bit. Warner Media has quietly delayed Suicide Squad until 2023.
Yeah, I'm not sad.
I am excited.
Yeah, I
love the Rocksteady games, but in the grand scheme of things, it gives me more time with the bigger releases of this year.
Yeah, there's already too much this year.
Yeah.
Let's also make a good 2023.
Let's
do that.
It will not compare to this year, but
no, but let's still have a good 2023,
yeah.
And let's give the people working on the game time to work on it in an appropriate fashion.
Also,
hopefully, I hope that's what's happening.
You remember Rumbleverse?
No.
Rumbleverse is Iron Galaxy's like little brawler royale that they came out with.
Okay.
And it was originally supposed to release on February 15th and is currently delayed with no release date.
Ooh, that's not always a good thing.
No.
I
think it was announced shortly after Multiverses. So it's like, yeah, Rumbleverse, Multiverses, and it's like, really? This is what we're doing? We're back to snow levels?
While we're talking about delays, Evil Dead the game got delayed.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be February. It got delayed to May 13th, 2022. So, 4 months. Yeah.
I keep forgetting that that's a thing.
Yeah, and the more I've seen of it, the more it just looks like a fucking like Friday the 13th or what's the other fucking one?
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, like that type of thing.
Just
And it looks less and less like I could play through a story here.
yeah, not for us.
Not our thing. It feels like it also kind of feels like when new ones come out of that, it's like
why?
Like,
What's the point? Just put yourselves into Dead by Daylight. We don't need Texas Chainsaw Dead by Daylight. We don't need all these other ones. Like, I don't need it, you know?
No, I'm sure some people do, I guess.
Rumor has it, Certain Affinity is working on a Monster Hunter style game just for Xbox.
Yeah. Project Suerte.
Suerte.
Luck. I think.
It is.
Yeah, because Bueno Suerte is good luck, but I don't know. Languages are weird.
I just want health bars. Just give me a fucking Monster Hunter game with health bars, and then we're having a good time. And you know what? Fucking hate me. I don't give a shit.
I don't know if anyone's going to hate you for that.
The Monster Hunter fans will.
They're going to hate you?
No, they don't know me.
They don't know you.
They don't know me. But that's like the whole point of Monster Hunter. And I hate it because I want a health bar. I want to know how much is left.
Well, you shouldn't have to wait too long. Mm-hmm. It's apparently slated for a 2023 or 2024 release. So, next year or two. Did you see how this came to be?
I don't remember.
Xbox apparently tried to get Monster Hunter the series on Game Pass, and apparently, like, talk about Capcom, it was way too expensive for them.
Oof.
So they were just like, we'll fucking make our own.
What? Why not, though? Like, why not? There's so many, like, make ourselves. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
At this point.
So that's what they're doing. Which, Monster Hunter's not for me. I get it. I got nothing against it. I've tried Monster Hunter. It's not my thing.
The only one that I seem to be decently into, and I haven't played it in months, is Monster Hunter Stories, and
that's
like
also that's different though.
It's Monster. It's different because it has health bars and like more. It's not just run and hit.
Do you have anything left? I have a couple things left.
CDPR has announced
What's up with them?
A standalone single player Gwent experience in the works. Coming.
Don't we have that?
So we have like Thronebreaker, but this is like a single player experience, which makes me think like they're gonna put more emphasis and do like a story and more whatnot.
Thronebreaker has that.
I don't know. Like its own...
So this is the thing I saw was I just was like, we have this, and quickly just got out of it.
I mean, I don't know how in depth Thronebreaker is. I never played it.
I don't know how in depth it is either, but I know it has like a story campaign for you to play through.
I don't know. Maybe this is more in depth.
I mean, sure, I'm cool with that.
Maybe they got Geralt's balls in it. I don't know.
Oh, I'm in.
There you go.
I'm in Geralt's balls.
You
want to talk about Halo for a second?
Let's talk about Halo. I don't got any more news that I cared about.
The TV series got a release date, and like a whole trailer.
Everything looks good, but Cortana and his voice.
So that is it's coming March 24th to Paramount Plus. Right? Paramount? Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone is upset. Like, you look at the comments to, like, anything where the trailer's posted, and pretty much everyone, like, is like, it looks good, but why does Cortana look like that? Or, like, it looks good, but why does Master Chief sound like that?
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. It's what you know with Halo. It's what you're used to.
That's the most frustrating thing. Like, I had an issue with Guardians because I didn't know anything about Guardians. The only thing I had to rely off of is the movies, and of course, I'm going to battle it against movies because that's what I know, that's what I like. And that's just what's happening here. Like, I can't get mad at Batman because there's a million universes, 10 million different Batmans.
There's a lot of Batmans.
So, like, whatever. They change it all the time. But, like, this, it's like, all right, there's Master Chief and Cortana, and now there's new Master Chief and Cortana. It's like, no. But it's like you have to, what is this? This is the silver timeline or whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't look that. I know it's a different timeline.
I think it's like the silver timeline. So I'm definitely gonna give it a shot because everything else besides those two things looks good.
Yeah,
especially the 2001 Chevy in the background.
Yeah.
Tahoe.
It looked like a good Chevy Tahoe.
I don't know if it was in running order, but it was like
you would hope so.
It was stable.
Imagine that was a story, just wasn't able to run, so they're like, well, we have the set here already, so...
Well, why not?
But it does, like, they showed a little action, it was like, all right.
Yeah.
And, like, the way the Legion? Or, no, that's
Covenant.
the character, the Covenant, yeah. They, like, did, like, a close-up on one of them, like, yelling or something, it was like...
Yeah.
Visually, they looked good.
He does look good.
It didn't look like cheap CG or anything.
No.
And I got one more little thing here. Maybe a big thing, but it's probably nothing. The Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal is being reviewed by the FTC, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they have been taking a more aggressive stance against big tech mergers, and they have already blocked a couple with lawsuits right now. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and guess this is probably fine.
Probably.
This is like, it's big, but it's not like... Now, if this was like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo were all like, yes, we're merging, I think that would immediately be like, no.
No, that's bad.
That's no. We're merging and we're going to buy everyone.
Yeah, we might as well just call the company Monopoly at that point.
It's just, we are Video Game, the company.
Yeah. Welcome to software.
That's all the news I got.
All right. It's February now. We talked about PlayStation last time, but we were able to get the...
Fuck, it's February. Let's talk about our game of the month. We didn't do it. It's Pokemon for me.
Yep.
All right, we did it.
All right. So, we got Xbox games with gold coming out.
Right.
So we're getting Broken Sword 5, which is a little point and click, from February 1st to the 28th, and Aerial Knights Never Yield for Xbox, coming February 16th to March 15th. We're also getting 2 360 games, Hydrophobia from the 1st to the 15th, and Band of Bugs from the 16th to the 28th.
That sounds like a 360 game.
Yep. I already have Hydrophobia because it was one of the free games already, like whenever ago.
Oh, was it?
And I have Broken Sword 5 on Switch, and I started playing it, and I just couldn't care. And I just don't care about the other ones. Fun. So let's move on to the real fun. We got notable game releases.
Few more big ones.
Yeah. Starting off strong, this Friday, February 4th, we have Dying Light 2. I'm not saying the subtitle, it's dumb as shit. Coming to PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. It's not, but it's like, yeah.
What does it mean to you to stay human?
Well, if I think about it, it obviously means don't become a zombie. But think about gotta think inside of ourselves. You can't become a monster.
Speaking of monsters, do you have anything before February 8th?
No.
Okay, February 8th. Couple things. I'm going to talk about the one that I'm really excited about, Sifu. I don't know where that's coming. You're always that guy.
PC, PS4, and PS5.
That's probably going to be like this week. I know you're going to be all about Dying Light.
I'll be about Dying Light, but I do want to hop in.
Yeah, this is going to be the game I'm going to put, the new game other than Pokemon, I'm going to put my attention to this week.
Also coming out the 8th, we got Ollie World. Coming up just about everything under the sun. PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch.
The cutoff has to happen. That's too many things.
I just thank God it's not on fucking Stadia. God damn.
I want to check that out too. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this week. Maybe next week, but
I like the Ollie games, but they don't do it enough for, like, skateboarding wise. They don't do it enough for me to like jump into each of them. The 2D skateboardings, I just don't care.
Sure,
as much.
it's I'm not like super hyped about it, but
and also
I want to check it out.
Their courses, it can be frustrating just doing the same course over and over.
But this is World.
Yeah, but still.
It's World. Is that it? Did we do it?
That's it.
This was pretty much Pokemon, the episode.
Yeah.
With some news sprinkled in.
Thanks for coming to drop the anchor. Pokemon.
Don't forget, go to our Twitter, Offshore GC.
You
giveaway.
could be one of the lucky ones to win either Horizon Forbidden West or Elden Ring.
Those are big games.
They're big.
Imagine
and they're
if
games.
Someone came up to you and was like, hey, just do these two simple things and you might get Horizon Forbidden West for free.
Yeah, I want to. Hey, I would do that. I would do that right now.
All right,
what do I got to do?
You just gotta follow us on Twitter, Offshore GC,
yeah,
and either leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify or a 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts, and reply to that tweet. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Now, what if I told you?
Yeah.
That after you do that,
Yeah.
you just go to an Elden Ring giveaway by us,
Yeah.
and just say that you did that, and you're in for that too.
I don't want that game.
But what if it's free? You wouldn't take a free copy of Elden Ring, or don't you have like the collector's edition or something?
No, not of Elden Ring.
Oh, what was
Way
that,
too expensive.
Okay.
Well,
But
Sekiro.
don't you have Elden Ring pre-ordered?
Well, yeah, because I'm a fucking gamer and I have a gaming podcast. It's not like I'm not jumping out of my seat.
That's gonna
for
be
it.
an interesting week.
It's
Ring
gonna
comes
be
out.
like every other fucking time with me. I'm not gonna be good at it. I'm gonna get frustrated, and it's just gonna sit there. I'll play a few hours, and I'll go, yeah.
You're gonna be frustrated while I'm sitting here like, this thing happened, and I fucking loved it. It was crazy, and you're gonna be like,
I'll be just twiddling my thumbs.
you're
waiting.
just every once in a while you're gonna go,
Whatever. Yep.
it's not for me.
I own it. Look, if they did what they
That'll
did with
be fun.
Sekiro had one of the most inexpensive collector's editions I've ever seen in my entire life. For
How
what
much
came
was
with
it?
$90.
Yeah, that's not bad for a collector's edition.
$90 for a steelbook, the entire game, a special map, 3 coins, a statue, and like something else. I fucking bought that in a heartbeat, and it's worth like what, double that now?
Did you ever open it? Did you play Sekiro?
I played it. I opened
Okay.
it. Like I have him on like the statue on my collectible shelf with the coins and whatnot. And fucking Editor Al always says he's gonna come over and steal my steelbook because I have one.
He's not going to.
He's not, but he makes those threats.
He'll make the threat.
He'll make a threat.
All right, that's gonna do it. Next week we'll be back.
We'll talk about more Pokemon.
Probably more Pokemon, not for over an hour though.
No,
This was the big Pokemon.
it wasn't. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play more Pokemon tonight.
Man, I might too. Pokemon has never felt so great.
No.
No.
And I don't want to respond to that because it feels like the opening to more discussion, and we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
If anyone's even listening at this point. I wonder how many people actually get to the end and like listen to the random bullshit banter.
If you made it here to the end,
And like not even like the end where it's like we start talking about banter, but like we're in the middle of it. Like we're just here. If you're listening to this, like
reach out to us and just say that you did it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
a code word. We gotta get a code word. What's our code word?
Will Smith?
No, it's
That's so season 1.
it's no, it's got to be a code word specifically for now and just for this episode, so that if
I don't. All right, yeah. What do we?
I was looking at the can.
Oh, all right. What do we got on here?
I'm waiting.
I'm trying to find a good one.
We're all waiting.
Everyone's waiting on me.
All of us and me are waiting on you.
What
What do you guys think he's gonna pick?
I don't know.
I'm just as bored as you guys. I'm so bored.
Shake.
Shake. All right.
It says shake. Apparently, you're supposed to shake a can of Arizona.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If I ever have.
I don't know anyone that has taken a can of Arizona and then shook it up and opened it.
Hey, everybody, look at me. This is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that actually feels very wrong.
Yeah. If I see anybody shaking in Arizona, I'd walk the other way.
Say shake to us somewhere.
Sure. If you guys made it this far and you even care enough to like go and like write anything, shake. Code word is shake.
And I don't know what we'll do.
I don't know.
Something with it.
Sure.
We'll say something to it.
We have no
to you.
plans.
We'll contact you.
We'll respond shake right back.
Yeah, we'll just that's what we'll do.
Shake. We're just acknowledging.
We'll know you're one of us.
All right. Thank you for reaching the end.
Oh, that would have been a good ending point. Just the end.
I'm going to repeat it.
Yeah, say it again. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for reaching the end.